Hello and welcome to day 26 of A Story a Day for 26 days. This is the last time we will spend this time together, so I'd just like to say thank you all very much for giving this your support in some way, shape or form. For those of you that have contributed to www.justgiving.com/fundraising/Sandra-Regan1. I'd like to say thank you very, very much indeed for helping to support the Stroke Association to continue doing their amazing work in these challenging times. For everyone, I hope you've enjoyed all the stories. You can follow me on Twitter at Sandra A. Regan. You can find me on Facebook at Sandra Regan Stories, and I'm also on LinkedIn. I don't know what the next story project will be, but I will put information in all those places. And all the videos can be found on YouTube. And so yes, a big thank you from me. Somewhere in England, there's a hill. And on that hill there once stood 3 large oak trees. This hill is on a farm, and the farm was, I was going to say owned, but that's not the word the farmer would have used. The farm was run by an elderly man. He had farmed there all his life. He knew every single inch of his land. He knew every nook and cranny. He knew what to sow and plant where and when. He was the keeper of this land. Even keeper is too strong a word. He and the land worked together in synergy, in harmony. And like all our lives, it came to the time when his was over. And as he was dying, he told his 3 sons that he wanted them to look after the land in the same way that he had. He wanted them to continue all the traditions that he and his father and his father's father and his father's father's father had kept up over the generations. And one of these traditions was very, very special to him. Every year on Midsummer's Eve, he would take his sons and they would go out and they would collect primroses. And then they would take these primroses up to the top of the hill. And there they would lay them as an offering at the feet of these 3 green ladies. And so he reminded them as he lay dying to keep up the old ways. Well, the first son, he inherited the land, the farm, everything. And he couldn't wait to get started. For now this land is mine. And he danced around his land, and he started to make all the changes that he had been dying to make for so many years to bring the farm into the modern age. So he changed many of the practices of the farm. The youngest son, on the first Midsummer Eve after their father died, he collected some primroses and he went up to the top of the hill and he laid them at the feet of the 3 green ladies. And his elder brother found him there and he said, "What are you doing here? This is my land, get off." And the younger son said, "I'm keeping up the tradition. I love it here. I love these trees. Our father loved these trees. His father's father loved these trees. I don't care. Get off of my land. Go on. Get away." The next day, this eldest son, he went up to the top of the hill. Now this is Midsummer's Day, remember. A time sort of between times. And he took with him his axe. He had decided to chop down one of the trees. He wanted a new barn. And so he started to chop, 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 and he chopped right into the heart of the tree, and the tree fell. And just as it fell, it somehow managed to swing slightly over, and boom! It crushed the sun beneath it. And so the land passed to the second son. And he thought, yes, this is all mine now. And he went around undoing some of the changes his brother had made and making more changes and generally imposing his will on the land that their father had stewarded for all those years. Well, the following Midsummer's Eve, the youngest son, he gathered primroses again, and he climbed to the top of that hill, and he laid them at the feet of the last two green ladies. And his brother came. He said, "What are you doing here?" The younger son explained, as he had the previous year. "Well, I don't care. Get off of my land." And so it was that the middle son threw his younger brother off of his land. And the very next day, Midsummer's Day, remember, the middle son went up to the top of that hill, and he took his axe. He wanted to make fence posts. And so he chopped and he chopped and he chopped and he chopped right into the heart of that tree, and that tree, just as it fell, managed to shift itself slightly, and boom! It fell on top of the second son. 2 sons gone. And so the younger son inherited the land. And he walked its boundaries. And he went back to his father's ways, to the old ways. And every Midsummer Eve, he climbs to the top of the hill, and he lays primroses at the foot of that one remaining green lady. Let's hope that she lasts many, many, many more years to come. Thank you once again, and well, we'll see you another time in another place. Take good care. Bye bye now.